Just about locked away, ready for a start. Flag is up. And they're off, dwelling at the start. Poorly away, stormy, stormy night on debut. Anchoring out on the front is Binding Heart to show them the hind end early. Is a length and a half ahead of Flying Cricket in second. Next in third, Cherry Orchard. On that one's outside of Cherry Orchard. Moving on up is Sheba's Pal into third place. Back in fifth, Play the Blues. A bit awkward for the jockey on the inside fence. Next comes Noble Creeker. Well back to Alpha Lee, and the debuting Stormy, Stormy Night gave up all hope at the start. Around the turn they go. Towards the 550, it's Binding Heart by nearly a length and a quarter. A hustled upon Sheba's Pal is trying to stick it out in second. Pounced on the outside by Noble Creeker third. It's Flying Cricket in fourth, and very erratic is he. And on the inside moving up is your favorite Cherry Orchard, not without hope, has scooted along the inside fence to get third away. It's Binding Heart deep stretch. Sheba's Pal gaining, but it's all over. It's Binding Heart to break the maiden tonight. Will win by just about 3 lengths. Binding Heart at 2-1. Scores in the opener. Sheba's Pal a good second. Then it was Noble Creeker and Cherry Orchard closure. At first asking over this track, Binding Heart and apprentice Bailey Weatherly with the victorious front-running score for Jody Durham and Mike Durham, 5-year-old gelded son of Bind out of the Zanjero mare. And they're off. Good beginnings for Ready Redding and Copper Crossing. They get out and hustled upon by E.T. is Camargo to try to get loose of the rest, but going to have company is that with Ready Redding. So it's Ready Redding around turn number 1 alongside with a buddy, Camargo, who's now second. Showbiz Star tracks the front-running pair in third, then a couple of lengths back, 3 to be exact, a Copper Crossing running fourth. Fifth is Super Silver towards the back of the pack. Headstrong changed direction, reluctant to load, is wandering out well off the inside fence. And then Zarme is last of the others. And then far, far back there is going to be the late running Campaign Spy. 24 3/5 of a second. New leader down the back stretch towards the half mile. It's Showbiz Star. Camargo is second. Backing out already is Ready Redding, but gets off that fence for clear sailing. Back and forth is Copper Crossing. Fifth continually has been changed direction. And on the move from far back, here comes Zarme, who's a willing participant. Backing out is Super Silver. And here comes the late running Campaign Spy. Around turn number 2 they go. Half mile and 49 1/5 of a second. And back on front is Ready Redding. And change direction at lofty odds is continuing a run on the far outside. And very wide is Zarme, who's down the crown of the course. Lots of prices to root home. It's Ready Redding out by a length and a half. It's changed direction second. Third, fanned out in deep stretch is Zarme. On the move in fourth is Copper Crossing. It's on the outside. Zarme puts them all away. Zarme is going to score at 4.5-1. Change direction a good second. Then it was Ready Redding and Copper Crossing. Into the winner's circle steps Zarme and jockey Bailey Weatherly with a riding early double, or an early riding double, owned by Valerie Lianos, trained by Fernando Bahena. Zarme is a 6-year-old chestnut gelded son of Tapazar out of Jewel May by Proud Citizen, bred in the bluegrass of Kentucky by Dr. Terry Morgan. That winning time for Zarme over 1.70 miles, 1:48.2. And they're off. Good even dispatch for this group. Dennis's Pride won the jump, but here comes Bill's Honor. Bill's Honor first, second along the fence. Dennis's Pride third on the far outside of the going comes Poncho Attack. Inside of that is Crewless running a joint third, now back to fourth. In fifth and sixth, Lone Return is now vanquished and back a couple of spots. Passed is that one by God, Guns and Guts, and on the wider is Red Royal, circumventing a bit. Well back to Span, who just has one beaten around the only turn, and that one is Win the Cup, who must be 15 lengths off the speed that is Bill's Honor. Bill's Honor out by 2.5, having an easy go of it, drifting just a bit, gets a right hand by the jockey to be reminded to stick the course and moves back into the inside fence. Dennis's Pride continues in second and not without hope. Here comes a big move from far, far back for Win the Cup from last and might hit the board certainly, but there's no catching Bill's Honor. Bill's Honor at 2-1. That was truly a gift, going to win by almost 10. Call it 9 at the wire. It's Dennis's Pride second, Photo for third and fourth between Red Royal and Win the Cup. Into the winner's circle steps number 6, Bill's Honor and jockey Rainier Arietta. Co-owned by Charles Ritter and trainer Scott Becker. Bill's Honor is a 3-year-old chestnut gelded son of Galib out of Honor Graham by Graham Hall, bred in Illinois by Mr. William Sturritz. That winning time for the maiden third, 1:13-1. All 10 ran of 8. And they're off. Throwing the head about at the start from the outside stall, Diamond Consuerte. Way back there, Gray Hop didn't get a good advantage at all. On the front early is Expressor to show it. Here comes the green cap of El Mucho to crawl even. Run the Table is in a handy spot if able to save some ground. Backs out just a tad in third. Brian's Way runs on the outside of that. Back in fifth is Truest. On the far outside, Diamond Consuerte starts to move up willingly. Way back to Rodham, who's 8 lengths tardy, and continuing to lag behind is Gray Hop, but starting to rev up now is some 11 lengths off the pace. Around the turn, past the 550, they run. Expressor moving well, under the guidance, and is out there by 2.5. Here comes Brian's Way. It's Truest to gain up per usual. Very wide on the turn. Running past the 330 is Diamond Consuerte. Along the rail with a belated run. Run the Table, who's out of gas, but heads down the lane. It's Expressor. Gonna have to fend off Brian's Way. Brian's Way means business, and flying from far back is Gray Hop out of last, but will get third. It's gonna be Brian's Way to win by a head over Expressor. And how good was Gray Hop in third? Now, and Fillies and Mares off and running. Very swift getaway from the barrier for Rank and File. Leads a host of others, featuring Hidden Figure. Swoops underneath and takes part of the lead away from Rank and File and Witching. In second and third, moving on up between is Galib's Appeal. So 4 of them vie for the early front. Back in fifth, stepping up is Mini Dress with a very handy go. On the far outside, trying to gain up is Galib's Appeal. In far back, but swooping move is this for Galib's Appeal. Moves up numerous places. Bumper Girl is far, far back. And then way out the back there is Bailston Lassie as they continue to mix it up top. It's Hidden Figure by a half a length. Galib's Appeal closing in on the outside. Dropping anchor just a bit is Viva Violence. Not Tonight is Past Is She by Mini Dress, who moves up along the inside fence and skirts it well. In search of Hidden Figure. Outside of Hidden Figure is Galib's Appeal and Mini Dress. Closing in late is Rank and File in fourth. Deep stretch, anyone up 3. Outside, Galib's Appeal trying to snag Hidden Figure and has her. Galib's Appeal to win. Hidden Figure in a dynamite second. Mini Dress again was third, and Rank and File fourth. And change. Moving into the winner's enclosure, winner of tonight's 5th race, number 6, Galib's Appeal, and jockey Javor Simpson. Owned by Jason Velasquez, trained by Fernando Bahena, 8-year-old daughter of Galib, out of Wildwood Appeal by Successful Appeal, bred in Illinois by William Sturritz. Winning time, and they're off. Perfect dispatch from the outside up. Beat Melody wins the break. Here comes the speed on display for Jack Van Berg. These two tear off together. Back in third is Twirling Roses, the gray. Fourth is Girolamo Glory. Fifth goes to Violenza d'Oro. And way back there to Mona Me Fuzzy. Gives them about a 13-length head start. And they are ripping away past the half mile in 22 2/5 of a second. Inside rail to Jack Van Berg. Outside covering, Upbeat Melody. There's about 7 lengths back to third place running, Twirling Roses around the turn. The bottom end trio, Feature, Girolamo Glory. Way back there is dwindling Mona Me Fuzzy, who has to get going desperately. And then out the back, Violenza d'Oro, not seen in the zip code. 300, 30 yards to go. It's JVB. Has the lead or had the lead. Twirling Roses now takes over and is gone. Twirling Roses on the board. Well bet at 7-5. Jirlalama Glory for second. Then it was Monami Fuzzy third. Sticking around fourth, Upbeat Melody. And they're off. Sluggish beginning for Galib's Ranger, way out the back. Sprinting away into the first turn is Free Love to take it away. From English in second, third wider to Think Blue, and then fanned out four deep from the inside rail is Jersey Gold fourth. Rock the Birdhouse settles down in fifth, and then a large break back to Mike's Lady and Galib's Ranger running together, and No Nanette No is the distant trailer 24 and 3. Speed is on for this group. Down the back stretch past the 5.5. It's Free Love, winging it out there by 3/4 of a length from Think Blue into the bridle in second. Settling down on a wide journey in third is Jersey Gold. Glued to one another on the inside fence is Rock the Birdhouse. And just hanging out there in the center of the going is English in fifth, but up close. The top running five are out by about 5 lengths from the bottom trio. They feature No Nanette No. Galib's Ranger has to do about 10 lengths better and starts to move, as does Mike's Lady from far, far back, half mile, 48 and 3. The speed duel continues to take its toll. Free Love is now passed on the outside by Think Blue. Now back together as one. Here comes Galib's Ranger, who's rolling with left hand urging and flagging, but's going to have to go extremely wide. Down towards the inside rail with a bid is Jersey Gold. Past the 330 they go. Free Love is still there on the lead. Galib's Ranger wants to get in. Rider riding with that left hand. And here comes Galib's Ranger to go by Free Love. First time at the distance. What do we have here? Think Blue is going to get second away from Free Love, and then on the move for fourth, Rock the Birdhouse. Into the winner's circle steps number 5, Galib's Ranger and jockey Rainier Arrieta with a riding double. It's a training double and owning double for Scott Becker and Charles Ritter. And it is a breeding winner of 3 for the breeder of Galib's Ranger, Mr. William Sturitz. 4-year-old daughter of Galib out of Wildwood Ranger by U.S. Ranger. And they're off. Very tough beginning for Chicks for Free. Showing speed from the outside 2 stalls, Fast and Furious, and late in the day, Fast and Furious has the mark. Rock and Rye going to be attentive to that one in second. Late in the day flashes up in a very handy third, then a well back break to MCAR the Fast, who is quite a handful to load and is bowing out already. Pass by on the underneath side, trying to get up loose is Rock and Rye up behind the longtime leader, Fast and Furious, still there late in the day in third. Well back is Try Again with the bottom trio. Not Again Jackie, who's gaining, and back into the bridle steps MCAR the Fast. Around past the quarter they go, and heading down to the home. It is Fast and Furious, drifting out. A bad move that. Here comes your favorite odds-on, Rock and Rye, to put a length on late in the day. Coming up from far back, Not Again Jackie. Very awkward moving late is Try Again, but wrapped up is Rock and Rye. Rock and Rye gonna hammer and went off at even money. Yikes. Rock and Rye and E.T. Baird. Try Again for second. Then it was Chicks for Free. Rock and Rye and jockey E.T. Baird. Owned by John Maroney, trained by Steve Manley, 4-year-old gelded son of Stay Thirsty, and a Discreet D by Discreet Cat. Bred in California by Terry Levenger. Rock and Rye stopped the clock in 1:13 and 1/5 of a second. And they're off. Almost bucking away from stall 7 was Triple Chrome. Out very well. Super Fortune shows the early pace from Tappet Sam, your favorite. 3 abreast. On the inside of the track is Stosh settling down in third. Fourth from the outside gate is Patchy. Then fifth in the orange is R.H. Smokum. On that one's outside, King Tito is prevalently placed. Next, losing a bit of ground wider is WW Russian Gold to Carl G. And then farther back, the bucking Triple Chrome. It's way back after that awkward beginning, but starting to rev up. Around the only turn, it's Patchy. Patchy now takes over from Tappet Sam, who has to get going, and Patchy is guided along by the rider on the far outside. Hunkered down beneath the main, Super Fortune is now having a bid on the far outside, and continuing on is RH. Smoke him into the Superfecta, and here comes a drive from Stosh along the inside fence. Down the crown of the course is Carl G. belatedly. Patchy by a length and a half. Patchy on the board at 5-2 would not be denied. Second will go to Tappet Sam. The oncoming Current came from the clouds to get third. Into the winner's circle, winner of the 9th and last, Saturday night, Patchy, number 10, and a jockey, Alvin Ortiz. Owned by Johnny Hanna Enterprises, LLC, trained by Gerald Butler. Patchy is a 6-year-old bay-gelded son of Global Response out of the Champali mare, Girl Band, bred in Florida by Pedro Paragon.